is my regular report as Chief Justice, summarizing some of my engagements and ongoing outreach activities on behalf of the judicial branch since our May 17th meeting. These engagements reflect my 3 roles as Chief Justice of California, Chair of the Judicial Council, and as member on the California Supreme Court. They also support our shared interests in education, partnerships, and collaborations, and our number 1 strategic goal of access, fairness, diversity, and inclusion. It's lengthy, so bear with me, okay? Your advance warning. First, in Los Angeles, I attended the inaugural event of the county's Unity Bar, unifying 9 local bar associations under one umbrella. It was important to me to lend my support to an alliance of bar associations dedicated to, as they describe it, principles of equity, fairness, and justice, with the primary goal to champion and support highly qualified, diverse judicial candidates who embody these qualities. Judicial Council member Judge Armendariz participated in a very enlightening fireside chat on these topics with other local judicial officers, the former chair of the Commission on Judicial Nominees Evaluation, Mr. Justin Palmer, and the Judicial Appointment Secretary, Luis Cespedes, moderated by his Deputy Appointment Secretary, Adam Hoffman. The 500 attendees represented Los Angeles state and federal judiciary, legal community, partners, and stakeholders. It was also great to see representatives of other Unity bars from throughout the state. One of our long-standing strategic plan goals is education for branch-wide professional excellence. So I was happy to make introductory remarks and participate in a Q&A session at the 2024 B.E. Witkin Judicial College in San Ramon, somewhere my colleague was at too. Thank you. The theme for this year's college was Seizing Opportunities. The Dean of the college, Judge Charles Clay, and Associate Dean Judge Joni Hiramoto moderated at the Q&A for the 120 judges, commissioners, and referees from more than 30 different counties across the state who are at the beginning of their judicial careers. The questions ranged from my duties as Chief Justice, my optimism, which continues regarding the judicial branch, to remote hearings, technology, civility in the legal profession, AI, and the work of the Judicial Council. Next, as part of the California Supreme Court Historical Society's Selma Moidel Smith Student Writing Competition, I joined a virtual ceremony with Society President and former Justice Daniel Kolke and retired Justice George Nicholson to acknowledge the honorees. Professor Laurel Kelman from UC Santa Barbara and Professor Sarah Berenger-Gordon from the University of Pennsylvania were the co-chairs and judges of the competition. I was not involved. You'll see the school's, the recipient's alma mater is my own, but I was not involved in the selection. The honorees were as follows: Gabrielle Braxton from Stanford Law School, with Guess Who's Coming to Stanford? The Battle for Desegregation of an Elite Law School, a History of Racial Integration and Legal Education. Douglas Sangster from Berkeley Law, with the Codification of Independent Living, reviewing the challenges to the attitudes of and towards the disabled and enabled that enable the social model of disability alongside the medical model, and Carolyn Lester, also from Berkeley Law, with Justice Denied and Forgotten, the Hidden History of Alaska's World War II internment camps, reviewing the reverberations of the miscarriage of justice to Japanese Americans in California and its replication elsewhere, including the Aleutian Islands. From looking back at history, we moved to creating new history in Riverside. As you know, it can take a long time for a new courthouse project to go through the various required phases. So it's no surprise that the final dedication ceremony is a joyous occasion. So far, so good. All of them have been joyous occasions. The August 23rd dedication ceremony for the new Menifee Justice Center in Riverside's fast-growing Mid-County region was no exception. Shelley joined me to participate in the dedication event. The judicial branch's capital outlay plan ranked the project as an immediate need, making it among the branch's highest priority infrastructure projects. The Menifee Justice Center is an energy-efficient, full-service courthouse with jury assembly and deliberation rooms, a self-help center, and children's waiting room, attorney interview and witness waiting rooms, and room to grow. That all sounds basic, but it was much needed in that area. And so it was up and running and wonderful to see. My thanks to Riverside Superior Court presiding Judge Judith Clark and Court Executive Officer Jason Galkin for the invitation to participate in the event. I appreciated the opportunity to attend a meeting in San Diego of the Judicial Branch Power of Democracy Civic Learning Initiative, focusing on opportunities and activities in the southern and inland region of the state. Chaired by Administrative Presiding Justice Judith McConnell, the meeting focused on local court community partnerships and opportunities. Court representatives from the Imperial Valley, Orange County, San Bernardino, and San Diego included our own council members, Judge Hernandez, Judge Apalu, and Presiding Judge Hallahan, as well as representatives from our California Supreme Court, including our clerk and executive officer, Jorge Navarrete, and Ms. Erin Rosenberg, a member of my chambers, and U.S. District Court Judge Ruth Montenegro. We were joined by some old and some new partners. Myra Baker, the Chief Learning Service Officer from iCivics, Sarah Smith, the State Superintendent of Public Instruction Liaison from the California Department of Education, and Geraldine Milana, representing the California Lawyers Foundation. September is also generally the month for another regular partnership opportunity among the California Judges Association, the California Lawyers Association, the State Bar, and the Judicial Council. This year at CJA and CLA's conferences in San Jose, their respective themes were promoting trust in the judiciary as a cornerstone of democracy and building the future together. I was happy to lend my support by participating in 7 engagements over the 2-day period. Number 1, I made opening remarks at the Bench Bar Coalition fall meeting that brought together representatives of the Council, CLA, CJA, the State Bar, the Conference of California Bar Associations, the ABA, and the California Commission on Access to Justice. The key focus for this gathering was on actions and opportunities to improve access to justice for all Californians. The coalition, co-chaired by Judge Audra Ibarra from Santa Clara Superior Court and attorney Philip Newload from Los Angeles, considered issues such as addressing the shortage of court reporters, judicial mentorship programs, and the use of artificial intelligence in the legal profession. 2, I attended the California Judges Association Membership and Awards Luncheon with Shelley and Senator David Cortese and several council members, along with our Governmental Affairs Director, Corey Jasperson, and Corey's daughter, Jenny. Jenny was with her father. Yes, I heard someone say, that describes her. It's true, it was nice. Jenny was with her father as he and former Judicial Council attorney Bonnie Huff were both honored by the California Judges Association. Bonnie with the Bernard S. Jefferson Award for Excellence in Judicial Education, along with Judge Hiramoto, and Corey with the President's Award for Outstanding Service to the California Judiciary, along with attorney Heather Rosing. Co-chair of our Power of Democracy Civic Learning Initiative, Judge Julia Logimento was also recognized with their Judicial Outreach Award. 3, celebrations of achievement continued at the California Lawyers Association Law Section Awards, where I presented the awards for the family law, international law and immigration, litigation, and public law sections. I felt a little bit like Vanna White giving the awards out. It was interesting. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that, but I was thinking. At the California Latino Judges Association annual dinner, I was honored to be one of 2 recipients, along with Judge Ana de Alba of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, for the inaugural Cruz Reynoso Champion of Justice Award. As you know, Justice Reynoso will always be remembered as a champion for the vulnerable and disadvantaged and for his humility and courage. It was an honor to be part of that special evening. As I did earlier this morning, I administered the oaths of office at a joint swearing-in ceremony for the CJA and CLA presidents, officers, and executive members, including Council Member Judge Apalu. As with the oaths that you took earlier today, the oaths were an important reminder of their responsibilities and serve as ethical guides, reinforcing accountability and trust within our profession. At my annual conversation with California Judges Association Vice Presidents Judge Tony Chow and Jeff Kaufman, they alternated questions during a Q&A session on a wide range of topics. And finally, my engagements in San Jose concluded with a keynote address at the California Judges Association Annual Awards Dinner supporting the philanthropic efforts of the California Lawyers Foundation. And finally, on my recent visit to the Mendocino Superior Court with Senate President Pro Tem McGuire, we had another opportunity to highlight how California's courts work on a practical day-to-day level to serve the people of California, and also to demonstrate the challenges that courts experience and work to overcome. My thanks to Presiding Judge Folger, Assistant Presiding Judge Dolan, our Councilmember Judge Moorman, and Court Executive Officer Kim Turner for facilitating the visit, including sitting in on active calendars and observing remote proceedings. I also appreciated the opportunity to meet with a group of students along with President Pro Tem. It was a timely opportunity for us to discuss our respective branches of government during Constitution Month. I hope that I was able to recruit future judges, but there may have been some future legislators too. You did a great job. That concludes my report to the council.